this is Beverly from scrapandthread.blogspot.com. Today I wanted to show you a few different ways to do the polished stone technique. I think most people are probably aware of how to use the Adirondack alcohol inks with the metal, one of the metal fixatives, and this, or mixatives, excuse me, this one happens to be pearl, and also using their alcohol blending solution. It's probably the most widely known way of doing it just because they have such a great marketing department. But the way that you do this technique is you choose some colors to put onto the felt pad applicator, and if you want to use a metallic in there, you can. They have copper, gold, silver, and then the pearl. You can just put a little bit of that on there also, and then you just kind of go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, dabbing onto the glossy cardstock. And the glossy cardstock is just plain white to begin with, and it's glossy on one side, the other side is kind of a matte finish. And then you can add in the alcohol blending solution to get more of a mottled look. So that's the most common one. But I wanted to show you two other ways to do it. One is with the Copic Markers, and the other one is with Close to My Heart reinkers. And with the Copic Markers, they also have reinkers to fill up the markers, and that would be the easiest way to do it, is to do a very similar technique as with the Adirondack alcohol inks, because they would act the same way. But if you don't have the reinkers, and I don't, then there are other ways to do it, and some may work out a little better than others. I'll let you be the judge of that. So in this instance, I used 3 colors, and I used just regular rubbing alcohol. This is a 70% rubbing alcohol. Alcohol on the paper, and to try to kind of scribble over it, I also used the ink blending tool, or excuse me, the felt tool, and tried a couple of times with that. And then I wanted to see what would happen if I used photo paper instead of glossy cardstock, because I have a lot of photo paper that's this 4x6 size, and I'm never going to use it all for photos, because it was kind of cost prohibitive for printing that many, and so I have boxes of this stuff. But anyway, this was just regular Kodak paper, and it's the glossy finish, and maybe the matte would have worked a little bit differently. So on this one, what I did was I put the alcohol down, and then I just took these 3 different colors and sort of scribbled, and then I put some alcohol on here and kind of smushed it around. And this could be usable for something, though I'm not really sure what. But and then you can see I just kind of scribbled on the outside. It ended up drying too much, and I really, it's okay. So then I tried just doing the same thing, but this time on the glossy cardstock. And I ended up spilling the alcohol first, so this paper was pretty well saturated, and then I scribbled back and forth with the 3 different markers individually, not at the same time. And then once again I used this to blend it all in with more alcohol on it, and kind of smushed it around. So it looks sort of, watery or field-like or whatever, and this is usable. I can use that. When I was done, the little pad still had a lot of ink and alcohol on it, and this is probably going to be really hard to see, but this was another piece of glossy cardstock that I used, and I just used the same tool and kind of smushed it around, and I got this pastel effect. And it's actually kind of, it's very pretty. It's actually kind of Monet-ish looking, and so this would be nice on like a baby card or something of that effect, because it's a very soft look to that. I wanted to try Close to My Heart reinkers, because I have all the colors, and I really like a lot of the colors, and so these are my favorite ones to try. I used Juniper, Sky, and Lagoon, and I did use just the regular felt again, and before I did that though, I put quite a bit of alcohol on the the felt, and once again I spilled just a little bit this time. Apparently I'm kind of clumsy when it comes to this. And so then I started dabbing it on, and I started with the sky, which is the lightest color, mainly because I really like this color and I wanted more of this than anything else. And then I added the other colors as I went on, and I ended up with Juniper as the last one. So what happened was I got this really cool, beautiful, I love it, a beautiful background technique. Well, then I wanted to know what would happen if I used the silver marker that Close to My Heart just came out with, and would it mix in like the silver mixative? It doesn't. You can see that. It just stayed on top. So this let me know, and so I scribbled on here because I was hoping to be able to mix it in. So that didn't work. But it let me know that if I want to make this background again, I can use the marker just to write on. You know, that would be a really cool place to write a message on a card or in a scrapbook page or whatever. And so I think that would be a really pretty background effect. And then I decided I still had lots of ink on my felt, so then I decided to get the silver mixative out from the Adirondack line and try that with it. And so this is the result with that. And I think it's really pretty. It's very silvery, so maybe a little bit too silvery, but I think on a card, mounted on a card with a pretty sentiment on there, I think that'll be really nice. So anyway, there's a few different ways to try things. Sometimes if we don't have the exact product that's out there that the manufacturer talks about, sometimes we can make substitutions with things that we have in our own house. So I wanted to try to show you this last technique, and so I'm going to speed it all up. I am going to use cotton balls instead, because I know not everybody has these, but a lot of people have cotton balls. So so this is the result. Hopefully I won't spill so much this time. So this is what it looks like when it's done. It will dry very quickly. And if you have any questions, please leave me a comment or visit my blog at scrapandthread.blogspot.com. I appreciate you spending some time with me. Have a great day. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.